Came out here to get the Vespa ready, and the key was in it, and I've scratched the paint somehow or another. So let's hope this thing will still crank. Always faithful. What's up, YouTubes? It's a beautiful, balmy day in the middle of December. But welcome to my little vlog and welcome to my little hometown. So it's the middle of December, and I think right now it's about 70 degrees, which is odd even for Birmingham. It's not usually that warm. Usually right now, if I'm riding, I'm having to wear like one of those neck things, balaclavas or something like that. Who knows what they are? I don't know. But they're warm. They keep me warm. And having to wear a lot of the liners for my riding gear, and it's just quite uncomfortable. But today is a simply beautiful day to ride around the city. And since it's my first actual vlog and not like some weird bluegrass music video, I decided to tell you a little bit about my city. My city is 144 years old. I have only lived here for about 35 of those years. I'm a little bit older than that, but I've spent some time living other places, spent some time in the Army, learning how to be who I am, learning how to be a better person. If any of you are thinking about going into the military, I strongly recommend doing it, because it really will teach you how to live, teach you how to be a man. So this is the downtown area, or I think they're calling it the city center now. They kind of get silly and try and make stuff sound classy when it's really not. There's not a whole lot that goes on down here. In the early 50s and so, it was quite a popular place. But then we had this little civil rights thing that happened, and it made Birmingham a really bad place to be for a very long time. But the bad stuff that happened here actually created a catalyst for some great change, to where we actually have a better place to live on this little planet because of all the stuff that happened during the civil rights movements not very long ago. Well, I say not very long ago, it was probably 2012-ish. I actually got to meet and speak with one of the mothers of the little girls who were killed that day. And one of the questions that I asked her is, me being a Caucasian white guy, she must hate me. And she looked at me and put her hand out, so I of course took it, because if a lady puts her hand out, you take the lady's hand. And she said, "Baby," she said, "I know hate when I see it, and it's not in you. The people that killed my babies, they hated everybody. It wasn't just black people," which I thought was very prolific. But this is where it happened. This is where the little girls were outside playing, and this is the 16th Street Baptist Church. And right across the street is the Civil Rights Museum. And if you ever come to Birmingham, this is one of the places you should come to, because a lot of who you are and who you get to be in America happened right here in this little 4-block area. Because we have the 16th Street Baptist Church, we have the Civil Rights Museum, and this is Kelly Ingram Park. If you know anything about Birmingham or the Civil Rights era, you've probably seen some sort of pictures or video of black people being sprayed with hoses down the street. This is where that happened. This is where Bull Connor ordered the fire department and the police department to disperse peaceful protest and spray people with high-powered fire hoses. And this is one of the most historic places in history. I think they're now calling this little area the Arts District, because there's a lot of little art shops, photography places, weird people like that. They'd come down here and they're like, oh, it's so beautiful and historic. Yeah, they're all fucking hipsters. But here is Sloss Furnaces. This area is where they would make iron. And there's a lot of wind up here on this bridge. Now it's really an arts and cultural center. There's a lot of concerts that happen here. A lot of little parties and stuff. You can rent the place out. There's a pretty good haunted house here, but I don't really go to haunted houses because I know how evil the world is. I don't need to look for ghosts too. This is one of our homeless shelters. This is Jimmy Hale, and they house quite a few homeless people. And the rules are really simple. Like to hang out there, to be there, you have to wake up in the morning and do like some chores. You have to go to their services. It's Christian-based shelter, and you have to go to their little church services and stuff like that. And you have to be in one of their rehabilitation programs, whether it be employment rehabilitation, drug rehabilitation, whatever. They just want you in one of their programs. But homeless people will not come there and stay because you have to be in those programs. And they would much rather hang out in my neighborhood and ask me for change. This is Avondale Park. It's a nice little park. It used to be where everybody would come and buy drugs. And then the community got involved, started cleaning it up, started walking around out here all the time and calling police every time they saw something weird. It's a nice little place now. There's ducks, families. You come out here and feed the ducks. Whether or not a duck likes you is directly related to whether or not you have bread. So, this is the Pepper Place. And they have a big farmer's market right here, and you should know thy farmer. And I love it. I know we've seen like a lot of places where there's trash all over the floor and stuff like that. The city's really not like that, but there's so much wind today, it's pulling the liners out of the trash cans and throwing the trash all over the place. The city's really not that dirty. Like when you look around and stuff, you don't really see a lot of litter. It's just the trash keeps getting blown out of the cans. And the city crews will probably come out. This is more of the Jones Valley Trail. And we'll come out and clean it up at the first part of the week. And a lot of the business owners and people that live around here, they will also come out and clean it up because they really are trying to make the city a much better place. A couple years ago when they started building Railroad Park, they said that's the stupidest idea. Nobody lives down there. Who's going to use this park? It'll just be homeless people. Only homeless people will be in the park. They said, well, if you build a nice park and you keep the park nice, it will bring people downtown to live. And look, there's apartments. We're just now finishing them up. And look at all the people that are here. Out here flying kites, riding zip bikes, walking their little dogs. That's a beautiful dog. It's a beautiful little park. And they have little park rangers that meander about, making sure you pick up your dog poop and stuff like that. And this is Regions Field that decided to move here right after they decided to build the park. Amazing how this is all happening. And they moved a freaking fantastic, well, they didn't move it, they built a fantastic ballpark right here across from Railroad Park, where they said people would never come. And kind of going into the medical district now. That big silver pretty hospital is Benjamin Russell Children's Hospital, and it's no St. Jude's, but damn, it's close. They take care of all the little kids. Sometimes you can see little kids in the windows and stuff. That's where the emergency room is. I've been there a time or two. But this is my city. This is where I live. There are many cities like it, but this one is mine. it's a nice place, obviously, because I stay here. There's an airport. We didn't go there because it would be outside of like the city center, but all the way up to those mountains that you see in the distance, that's Birmingham. All the way out there that you can't see because of the trees is Birmingham. All the way down there is Birmingham. It's all a great big city, just laid out in a very thin line. We're on Red Mountain, and I guess that's where we will end the day, because probably shouldn't have the Vespa up here, but I thought it would be kind of neat. Thought maybe I would take a picture of it here or something. I don't want to bother these people, and they have a little kid and stuff, and I try to set a decent example. Hi.